Good morning, guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these YouTube videos. Truth be told, I was beating the shit out of my liver for the entire of July, so getting out the camera, recording a YouTube video was the last thing on my mind. I was gonna say for the month of August we are back, but we're not, because I'm really focusing on the business side of things for this particular month. So unfortunately YouTube's going to have to take a little bit of a backseat. Maybe we're going to go back to about one per week or one every 10 days or so. So I know, I'm sorry, but there are some periods of pushing required, some periods of pulling. This is just going to be a period of pulling, unfortunately, but then in September we'll be ready to rock and roll again. So got a few things planned today. Number one is the restructuring of the coaching platform, the fitness coaching platform that I'm undergoing right now, which is why I'm so busy for the month of August. But right now I'm about to head to a CrossFit session to get this Tuesday morning off on the right foot. It's currently 6:20. CrossFit class starts at 6:30, so I gotta get out of this joint. Came into CrossFit this morning and the first component of the workout is legs. So they do like back squat, 5 or 6 sets of back squat, then 5 or 6 sets of front squats. But I absolutely torched my legs like 2 days ago, so I'm just gonna come in, train my back session, which is due for today. I'm doing a bro split, but I'll go into that in further detail later. So I'm just gonna smash back, join in for the cardio session at the end of this CrossFit session, and that'll be me. First exercise on the menu is going to be some weighted pull-ups. Patter, I need you to say hello and introduce yourself. So here we have Patter Collins is going to be joining us for the back session, because he too torched his legs yesterday.
Has to be done, like, you know?
Has to be done. His ass looks great, by the way.
Is it normal that I'm bricked up right now?
Exercise number 2 on the menu is going to be an exercise you probably haven't seen too many people do before, but I'm literally just making use whatever equipment is available upstairs here in the CrossFit gym. And it's going to be trap bar pendlay rows. That is the CrossFit session over and done with. So very surprised with how quickly I was able to fit in a 4 exercise back workout, 3 sets per exercise. So I got 12 sets in total done in about, I'd say, just over half an hour. So it just goes to show you, if you're prepared to show up, get moving, not fuck around and delay your workout, you can definitely get it done in a lot more of a reasonable time frame than some people. Like, there's no reason anyone should be spending more than really an hour and a half inside in the gym on your worst day. So that's the session over and done with. I couldn't record the cardio part of it. It was 16 minute, every minute on the minute, 15 calorie row, 15 wall balls, 40 seconds of skipping, and the last one was like 12 toes to bars. So that's it. I'm pretty fucked. Great workout all in all. Got my back day done. Got a bit of cardio in as well, so I'm going to be looking lean as fuck for this photo shoot later on. I am showered, and last night I just remembered that I need to get this fucking dusty ass cut topped up before the photo shoot later on, because the last thing that I want to do is to pay the money for a photo shoot, to go through the hassle of doing a photo shoot, to rebrand the app, and then have a shit haircut. With respect to what I'm going to eat prior to the photo shoot to look as like juicy as possible, I actually don't know. I'm just going to have a clear whey protein shake and a banana. You'd think that I'd know, being an online coach, I'd know about all these carb up protocols, these salt protocols that like physique athletes use, but I don't, because I don't coach clients who get that lean, nor do I have any intention or ability to even get that lean myself. I'm not sponsored by My Protein or anything, but Small Sean says that the tropical dragon fruit flavour is absolute wank, but I'm going to be the judge of that. Sean also gets annoyed because I'm like a fitness influencer, and by right I should be getting like free protein supplements and stuff from a supplement company that I'm working with, but because I've never had a brand deal, I'm not currently working with a supplement company, I don't actually have free supplements, so he buys supplements and then I come and I take his supplements. But it should be the other way around, right? Tropical dragon fruit about to go down the hatch. I don't really see where he's coming from. It tastes a little bit grapey. It's pretty standard for a clear whey protein. I know a lot of people are surprised when I suggest the possibility of me eating fruit or veg, so just to prove it, here's me eating a banana the non-sauce way. Happy? Forgive the state of the room, but I just want to show you the cologne that I now use. So I got this in like a duty free in some airport. I can't remember what airport. Bleu de Chanel. It smells, it's probably the nicest smelling fragrance I got. About €109 or something in duty free. Not sure if that's supposed to be a good deal or not, but in my opinion it's worth it. It's going to last you like the bones of a year. To get this dusty ass trim sorted out, I'm going to Flanagan's Barbershop in Castletroy. Now, I only realised that I needed a trim at like 10 p.m. last night, so couldn't find any appointments online in any barbershops I usually go to, and with this particular barbershop there's like a queue of people outside at like 9:15, so it's currently 8:30. I'm going in, probably going to take me 10-15 minutes to get to the shop. Going to queue like an absolute NPC at about 9:15 and hopefully be one of the first ones to get a chop done. Also, important PSA, it's 8:30 and, you guessed it, cracking open my second can of Monster of the day. Cheers! I have to say, he showed me the back of the V and it's probably one of the sharpest Vs that I've gotten yet. There's nothing better than when you go to a new barber and you're not sure what kind of haircut that you're going to get, but you just go, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen? And then they pop out an absolute fire haircut. Feeling fresh, just what I needed. How many more times am I going to mention the photo shoot? For the photo shoot. See, I'm debating, do I go to McDonald's and get a drive-through coffee? Next stupid question.
How can I take your order?
Yeah, could I just get one large Americano, please?
Large Americano, anything else?
That's all. Thank you very much.
On 2 minutes, window song.
Appreciate it.
Stop filming me.
You what? You nearly drove over a lady. No, but like if you stand a dog up on its back legs, its like balls are in the same place, its arms are in the same place, and its legs are in the same place as a person's would be. This is going to be like 500 milligrams of caffeine before 10:30.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, about your caffeine consumption.
Tate drinks 10 to 15 coffees a day.
Oh, what's good for Tate is good for Fitz. Abby, I know what this looks like, but trust me, this is my sister Deirdre. So,
we're just twins.
Came in the door. Deirdre's been living in Australia, so she has a sister who isn't around often. Last time you were here was what?
Christmas 2019.
Christmas 2019, and I walked in the door. I saw the phone set up here, so I knew something was going on, and it was recording me. I was waiting for someone to scare me, but I didn't know what the story was. And then Deirdre pops out from behind the radiator after 4 years of not being here.
It was me.
Tony, you didn't get up off the bed. You've been lying there all day. Hello. So I was coming home, looking forward to seeing my other sister's dog, Tony, but Tony was fucking, all that fella does is sleep all of the time, so that was a little bit underwhelming. But then when I walked in the door, I knew something was up because the house was completely quiet, even though there's 2 cars outside. And then when I walked into the kitchen, I saw a phone recording on the kitchen island, and I was like, okay, someone's gonna jump out and try to record a stupid TikTok or something. And then my sister Deirdre, who you just saw, who's been living in Australia for the last, I think, fucking 6 or 7 years at this stage. She hasn't been home in 4 years, and she popped out from behind the radiator. So I was a little bit, my reaction was probably underwhelming for her, because my guard was up as soon as I saw the phone recording. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Someone's going to jump out or do a jump scare or something like that, or there's something, obviously someone's trying to record. So very, very nice surprise. Haven't seen Deirdre in fucking ages. I was only talking to her on the phone the other night, and she was telling me that she was going up to Queensland when she was actually on her way to the airport to fly home to Ireland. I politely interrupt this video to ask you, could you please, if you enjoyed the content, if you want to see more of it, could you please drop the video a very, very quick like. It Goes a long way, pushes out to more people, gets his messages across. So it really helped me out a ton. Thank you. We have the lovely Barbara, Jamie's girlfriend, holding the camera for me. Myself and Jamie are here to update the coaching platform, the Fit's coaching platform, because there's going to be a lot of big changes coming. Going to be launching new programs, going to be restructuring, reshaping it, and making it the be-all and end-all when it comes to you gaining size, losing fat, or gaining strength. So we're here in the middle of photos, just going to do a little bit of behind the scenes. Photo shoots are actually much more difficult than doing an actual workout, because you have to do heavy weight or relatively heavy weight so that it's somewhat realistic. You have to hold it in different positions. So I've calluses already, I'm bleeding from my palms, but it's a small price to pay to get some savage photos. So thank you very much. Let's go. So that is the photo shoot over and done with. I was expecting it to take about an hour, ended up taking like nearly 2.5, if not close to 3 hours. I'm here to sponge a dinner offer because I can't be arsed cooking for today. And today on the menu is a weird combination. It's turkey and cabbage. I can't complain, I didn't have to cook it. I know it's hard to believe, but from time to time I do actually eat some veg. If it's put in front of me, I won't cook it, but I'll eat it. I'm fussy, but not fussy. So for example, broccoli put in front of me, cooked for me, I'll eat it. I come to you from my back garden to give you this vital information, and the reason I'm out in my back garden and not in my kitchen is because my two sisters are watching a movie and they'll just passive aggressively pause the TV, pause what they're doing while I'm talking to make it known that they're not happy about me speaking in the middle of them watching a fucking movie. What I wanted to say, in much more important news, is today was meant to be bacon and cabbage for dinner, but for some reason my mother cooked a turkey. But I associate, and this is going to be the weirdest association of all time, but I associate bacon and cabbage with piano lessons. And this goes back to when I was in school and I had to go to piano lessons, mandatory, every Tuesday. The dinner always on that day was bacon and cabbage. So it was like, we'd come home from school, you'd have bacon and cabbage lamped in front of you. That became the taste that I associated with the dreaded piano lessons that I never practiced for, and that remains to this day. Haven't even been to piano lessons in, I don't know, fucking 7 years. Thought of the day. It is the very next day. Yesterday after the photo shoot, I went back to my family home, ate my body weight in these like Reese's peanut butter cup pretzels, and I fell asleep on the couch for an hour, but my brain was absolute. Do you know one of those naps that you wake up from and your brain is just absolute mush? Like I tried to sit in the car and do a voiceover and it just was not happening. So I had to put the phone away, go to bed, get up, smash a CrossFit session and a shoulder session this morning, and now I am ready for road again. I just want to finish off today's video discussing something new that I've been trying for the last week/10 days. And that something new is a bro split. And the reason that I wanted to try a bro split was purely out of spite from the fact that I just see all these cheese string built PTs regurgitating the exact same thing over and over again because one person once said it, that a bro split is absolute wank. I've been trying it and it brought me back to my very first days inside in the gym. About year 1 to 2 I followed, if not a bro split, at least a very close variation of a bro split. For those of you who don't know what a bro split is, it's when you hit legs on Monday, chest on Tuesday, back on Wednesday, shoulders on Thursday, and arms on Friday. You might rest for 1 or 2 days and then you'll repeat the cycle again. So essentially you're trying to smash a lot of sets and exercises into each day because you're only training one body part, and really and truly because you're not going to be training that body part for another 6-7 days, that you want to do as much as you can or as much as your muscles can tolerate within that session. So I have been experimenting with that for the last 10 days because, as I said when I first started in the gym, that's a split that I followed that also correlated with a time in which I did the most growing. So then when I heard all these PTs talking about how shit a bro split is, or how you should never do a bro split, how a bro split is not going to get you any gains, I was like, hold on a second, that doesn't sound quite right. And my experience so far, it's too early to tell, and will I even be able to acknowledge whether or not I grow appreciable amounts of muscle, given the fact that I'm 10 years training naturally in the gym, and while I don't think I'm at my natural potential, I'm surely not far off if there even is something as a natural potential. Am I going to be able to recognize over the next 6, 8 weeks, 10 weeks that I have built more muscle off a bro split than I was with a push-pull legs? Probably not, but I can tell you how I perform, how I enjoy the sessions, how my strength improves if it does improve. And so far, I have really been enjoying it. The main criticisms of a bro split is the fact that you can't train each muscle group twice per week. But I've been very clear to say that yes, you absolutely can. Because if you do the bro split in the manner that I just outlined, so Monday to Friday, you're working some body part, you take a rest on a Saturday, then on Sunday, you start the cycle again. You hit legs on Monday, and then you're hitting legs the following Sunday. So it's every 6/7 days that you're hitting each body part, and that's twice within a 7-day period. So that's, in my opinion, twice per week. So that's that argument thrown out of the water. These PTs will wank off the idea that you need to be training a muscle group twice per week or even 3 times per week to see the most optimal amount of muscle growth. But I don't necessarily agree with that, especially if you match the amount of sets and exercises you're doing for a particular muscle group across the course of a week. I would argue that the difference that you're going to get following something like a bro split versus following something like a push-pull leg, especially if you enjoy the bro split, is you might even have better returns from the bro split, if not fairly equal or similar benefits/returns from the gym. I don't agree that you need to be hitting a body part twice per week in order to build muscle twice as fast. That's not how that works, especially if you're doing the overall same amount of sets and exercises across the week. The other arguments is that there's too much volume for a muscle group within a session, that it may lean on the side of being inefficient. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but on a personal basis, I really enjoy going in, doing a workout, leaving that workout knowing that I pretty much hit that muscle group from all angles, that I did as much as I could, and that my muscles pretty much were 100% fried by the end of that session. But that's simply because I'm someone who would much prefer to lean on the side of doing a little bit too much versus leaning on the side of doing a little bit too little. And the thing is, our bodies are adaptable, your muscles are adaptable, so even if you throw the fucking kitchen sink in terms of volume at a muscle group right now, you might be sore as fuck for the preceding couple of days, but your muscles will get better, they will get stronger, they will adapt to that same stimulus, so the soreness over the course of the next few weeks is going to become less and less. And you may find yourself in a situation whereby you're doing slightly more volume for a particular muscle group, following something like a bro split, than you would get with a push-pull legs. And to a certain point, more volume is correlated with more muscle growth, provided that it's effective volume and provided that you're not doing too much volume for that particular muscle group that you can't recover from, that's then depreciating the quality of your sessions, etc. So there is a world in which leaning towards slightly more volume may be correlated with increasing the amount of muscle growth that you get from it. Not always the case, but for a lot of people, it will be, to a certain point, of course. That is what we call our maximum recoverable volume. And last point, when I follow something like a bro split, so I go into the gym and I have just chest to hit, I find that the quality of the chest exercises that I do is just that much higher. It allows me to focus on one muscle group, on one movement pattern, and subjectively I have found that has led to me training that exercise with a higher intensity, or training those exercises with a higher intensity. The pump is fantastic, I enjoy the workouts, they can be very quick and to the point, because you're going in doing maybe 4 exercises, 3-4 sets per exercise, and then you're out the gap again. There's certainly pros and cons to following a bro split or to following any other split. But the thing is, you can't be an expert in something that you've never tried. And a lot of the PTs regurgitating the fact that a bro split is wank have never tried a bro split. So my advice for you is try both. Spend 8 to 12 weeks or whatever the case may be following a bro split or a variation of a bro split. Then you can decide after that length of time whether or not it's a good fit for you, whether it's something that you enjoy, and whether or not it is something that you can see yourself progressing with and getting stronger with over time. Because ultimately, that is the key to building the most amount of muscle. And a point that I completely forgot to mention is because you have so much rest between each muscle group, so you train chest on Monday, let's say you're training chest again the following Sunday, so you've got like 6-7 days of recovery in between that. So the chances are you'd be more than recovered when it comes to that second chest session, and who knows whether that can be correlated with you being able to actually progressively overload strength a lot more linearly. That idea only came to me because someone in my TikTok comment section says because they had so much recovery time in between hitting chest on the Monday and hitting chest on the Sunday that they found they were able to progress a lot more consistently. Those are the main things. As I said, try a bro split if you have been thinking about trying a bro split. Don't not try a bro split because some skinny PT told you that it's wank. Find out for yourself, especially if you're someone who just isn't really a massive fan of the split that they're following, but they're following it because another PT told them that that's the best thing to do. The most important factor, that you're going to enjoy your training, because if you enjoy your training, you're going to be consistent with your training, and then you're going to be in a position where you're progressing with your training. So that's all that I have to say on the bro split. I've been thoroughly enjoying it so far. It's probably the most nostalgic split that I've ever followed because it's the first split that I ever did inside in the gym when I walked in at 15 years old. That's going to be the end of today's video. As always, drop the video a like if you like the content, if you want me to see come up a little bit more consistently. Although for August, hand on heart, I'm probably not going to be as consistent as I have been leading up to this, but from September, we're going to be putting together a massive, massive push. So the main thing, if you're looking for coaching from me, check out the Fitness app. I am making massive, massive changes to it. It's going to be a coaching platform that's going to cater to all of your needs, whether those needs are to shred, whether those needs are to gain size, or whether those needs are to get stronger. So check it out, link in the description. Coaching is currently, the annual plan is currently 60% off, so it's a really, really good time to join. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Take care.